a video on a grocery store haul, basically. I am asked a lot about how I go to the grocery store, how do I plan out my meals, and what do I do in a week in order for me to eat the way that I do and feed the kids the way that I do. The food shopping that I did today was actually from H-E-B and Whole Foods. And this isn't necessarily a typical week. This is just mainly things that I needed to get to stock back up on essentials that you would use in everyday cooking and everyday baking. These things typically will last you for some things just a week, some things a month, even to a few months. And so I just wanted to share with you how I do it, since I was asked so often. I begin by planning our week, and I look and see at the different activities and meetings and things that we have, and if my husband's going to be at work, if the children are going to be away, if we have sporting events, different things of that sort. And once I see that, then I decide what are the things that we can eat, and how much time do I have to cook dinner, how much time do I have to cook breakfast. And so with that, I'll go through and I look at recipes from cookbooks, I look at recipes online, at different blogs, different things like that, and I find things that appeals to everyone, sometimes just myself. Well, and once I do that, then I make a grocery list, and I take those things and I go to the store. So something that I keep on hand all the time, is spinach. And in this case, I like to get the packaged spinach. This one is actually Whole Foods, just because I saw it there when I was there. I would typically get this at H-E-B because this is something we keep all the time. It's a little bit cheaper there. And I like to get the packaged one only because it's already pre-washed and it's ready to go, and we use this in absolutely everything. We'll put this in our smoothies, we put this in breakfast dishes, we put this in for dinner time, I put it in casseroles. I'll use it in almost anything, and you know, I even supplement this and some different vegetables for muffins and things for the kids' breakfast. So I get this. Something that I'm getting this week, I don't always get this. It's just when I know that I need some extra greens, or just when I know that I want to have more green smoothies within a week. So this is a green chard, a Swiss chard. And I got this one fresh. Something else that we always keep on hand for snacks and just to grab in the kitchen so that you're not choosing something else would be these little baby carrots. And again, they're already pre-washed, they're organic, they're ready to go, they're cut and peeled. I like to grab a hummus just because I know some of the things that are good for you in this. And this one happens to be a olive hummus, and it's from Whole Foods. I know a lot of people make their own. However, I don't know. One, I don't have a Cuisinaire to do it, but two, if you can buy it and it's fairly cheap and it's got yumminess to it and it's organic, why not? So I just feel like, you know, pick and choose which one to spend your money on. Okay, some other things that I got that are important for dinner, and these are just grab and go things. If you didn't plan out your meal or something goes differently, I'll always have these types of things in the pan because I want to flavor myself and I can control what I put in there. But two, it just also decides that I don't have as many preservatives and things in there. So black beans, kidney beans, and then diced tomatoes, red lentils, and green lentils. This one is the Organic 365 brand from Whole Foods. This one is the True Roots. You can get this at H-E-B, or you can get it at Whole Foods as well, but they're both, it's like a bean, like a black bean, but it's not as thick. My husband doesn't love beans, so this is something that we can go to. And so I just really like to keep those on hand. Chia seeds, I put them in a pudding that I make for breakfast. I'll put them in my shakes. You can put them in dishes that you're cooking for dinner. So there's lots of things, and this is the Central Market H-E-B brand. Another thing that I get is coconut water. This will be good to put in teas. It'll be good for putting in your shakes. It's good for cooking. There's lots of things, some ideas back here, but it's vegan. It's low sodium, there's no sugar added. There's a good source of potassium, calcium, sodium, magnesium, phosphorus, all kinds of essentials that you need. And I am not a big coconut fan. I don't want a coconut cake. I don't want coconut sprinkles, but I'll cook with coconut oil, and I will drink coconut water Another thing that I go to is almond milk. Now the children are a bit funny about that, but I'll do a different thing that I do for the children. I'll show you a food haul that I do for them. I do organic for them as well, and I have them eating some of these things that I'll show you. However, almond milk is not one of their things. They won't pour this over their cereal. They'll put it in the puddings that I make, or put it in the shakes, but they don't want to enjoy it in the way that I do. To me, it's really great. I always get the original. I don't like too many flavors because I want to flavor it up with different things that I do. And again, things that I would put in shakes or teas or things like that. Something else that I would put in my shake is this Maca Boost. This is really good. This one's the chocolate brand, and or the chocolate flavored, and it has real cacao and ginger. And cacao is not cocoa. It is the purest form of chocolate, and it has so many good antioxidants in it that you can't get from other things. And the other thing about this maca powder, it's a natural energy booster. So it would be good for your smoothie after you have worked out or in the morning when you're ready to wake. But what I started reading about this that I really liked was that it's good for your digestive system, and it also is good for the libido. And I just think that those things are important as we're getting older. So another thing that I would put in is spirulina. And spirulina is just, for me, I'm not a seafood eater at all. It just grosses me out. But this is the chlorophyll that you're gonna get in some of those fishy foods that we actually do need. And this is just a brand that I found actually at HEB. It's Pure Hawaiian Spirulina. I've used a few different brands, but I just look when I'm doing it on the back for the different things that it has in it. I just wanna make sure it's in its purest form as possible. And it boosts energy, it boosts immunity, it supports cardiovascular health and eye and brain health. Again, something great. This is for the children as well. But you only need a certain amount, so you make sure that you're reading what you should put in there. Something else that do not make me gross out. This is so yucky. Some people can, swig it and just think it's the greatest thing on earth. No way, not for me. However, I know the importance of it and the different things that it does. So, I just prefer, because it's gross, it's the apple cider vinegar. I prefer to put it in my shake, put it in my pudding, and it just blends in with everything else. So I'll tell you right here exactly what it does for you. And I can't remember off the top of my head. However, I just know, according to everyone, who's everyone? That's what I always ask, who's everyone? But according to everyone, essential. Another thing that I'll do, I choose different proteins. Right now, this time of year, I'm wanting to do more of a plant-based protein. I'll do whey sometimes, I'll do hemp occasionally, but I'm gonna try this plant-based Vega. My husband actually mentioned it, and so I thought I'd start it. You notice everything for me is chocolate. It's just how I live best. And it has 15 grams of complete protein, and it's dairy, gluten, and soy-free, no sugar added. So it's just a different way to get, I'm not vegan, nor am I vegetarian. However, my own food taste, I just don't desire a lot of meat. Meats are kind of gross to me. And red meats I try to avoid if at all possible, just because of the way that your digestive system tries to break it down. It takes forever. And I just, it's naughty and it's hard to chew sometimes. And I'm from Texas. Like, that is a no-no. I know. However, I just wasn't raised on a lot of meat, weirdly enough. So this is a good way to get the protein in. I'll put this in my smoothies. I'll put it in the kids' shakes and my shakes. Sometimes I just sprinkle it over the cereal that we're gonna eat. Just depends on what I wanna do with it. Again, these are all things I'm sticking in a smoothie. Cacao powder. So you saw that it's in that, it was in the maca powder as well. I don't always use this, but it's a superfood and it's organic again. It's just that raw chocolate powder, and it's in there. Maybe I'm gonna put fruits. I'm not the biggest fruit fan. Ugh, I don't know why, I'm just not that. Like, what do I eat? Seriously here, people. But I'll put bananas in it. And I don't get the bananas that are totally huge. I get about a medium-sized banana, and I try not to get too many on a stem at once. We go through these pretty quickly, but let's just say that, I got this big old huge banana. I just don't think there's any need for it. There's some good things about bananas, but they're also a fat. which is a good fat, and they're high in sugar. So I just don't want to get a massive one, and I don't want to get too many that we're not going to go through, but I put these in all of my puddings, and I put this in the shakes. These are essential as well. And so I normally do bananas, and I'll do a berry, but the banana always outweighs the other fruit that you put in there. And so I tend to put either a dark chocolate peanut butter or this hazelnut butter. And it's, this one, this Justin's, is a less processed hazelnut butter versus I don't want to say anything against that. It's just if your choice. Not that Nutella is terrible, but this is just a little bit better choice based on how the ingredients that are in it and how they process it. So I'll stick a big scoop of this in my pudding or in the smoothies. And then I just put it all in the shake, and I'll show you how to make that later. But those are things that I do. And these are things that I would keep on hand all the time. Like the spirulina and the maca and the chia and the apple cider, those are gonna last months. So when you go, don't freak out the cost, because it's really something that's long-term. And then again, it's for your health. It's how much you pay in medical bills later on in life or even now versus what you're putting in your foods that are better for you. So another thing that I like to keep on hand is Hempalicious organic rice cakes. I will take these cakes as a quick little snack for me or for the kids and put some of that hazelnut butter on it. And then I'll put some cranberries that are as little sweetened as possible, or I have this nut blend, and it has pumpkin seeds, it has some raisins in it, it has some almonds in it, it has a few cashews, sunflower seeds, just a bunch of different nuts that are good to just sprinkle that over the top. So keep those on hand too. And another thing that I like to keep on hand is broths. Bone broth. Now, some people are into making their own, and again, it's a time management thing for me. With our lives and the way it is, I don't have time to do everything. I used to bake our own bread. I used to do all kinds of things, and I'm all for it. It's gluten-free, and it's just got some things in it from the nutrients of the bone of things that are better for you. I got into it. And vegetable broth. I don't have a problem with chicken stock as well. I'll do chicken and beef for flavorings, but I'm just gonna always do organic, and these are just good to keep on hand. I like the big ones because we're a big family. And then sweet potatoes. You can never go wrong with a sweet potato. All kinds of things to do with this, but just having it on hand, we can do french fries with it. I can just open it up and bake in it. There's all kinds of little things, but it's really good for your lunch, it's good for your dinner, and really if you wanted to put a fried egg on this, delicious for breakfast. And so something else to go to for breakfast would be a muesli. This is a 7 Sundays, and it has no refined sugars, it's all natural, no GMOs, 7 grams of protein, 7 grams of fiber. And to mix this in with the yummiest granola. People make their own granolas too. You can do however you want it. It's just the fact of what you're putting in there. Because it's right here for me on hand, and it's like $2-something, I'm just gonna grab the box. Again, it just makes my life a little easier, as well as being able to eat healthy. This is so good. It's Nature's Path Organic. Now, try other brands. No, Nature's Path Organic is delicious. It's Flax Plus. Now, you might be thinking, oh my gosh, pumpkin flax granola. Blech. No. It is so delicious. And to mix these two together with some almond milk, even drop in some dark chocolate morsels. This is a great evening snack. It's so yummy. But it's not just that. You can have it in the morning, put some fruit with it, put it on some yogurt. Essential. Just keep it on hand. So I hope that you were able to see some of the things that we get and we keep on hand in here in the house, and that it helps you, and you're able to maybe start doing this at home for you and your family, big or small, and it inspires you to get a little healthy. I know when I watch other people, it always inspires me, gives me some ideas to actually see how it plays out. So let me know in the comments what you think below and things that I could add to it or take away. and anything else that you'd like to see and how we do things in our family. Thanks for watching.